Good day, welcome to KB Papers. Today, I am excited to introduce you to the Printing Job Breakdown app, your easy tool for managing printing costs and job details effectively and efficiently. Whether you run a print shop or just handle print, printing jobs occasionally, this app from KB Papers is designed to make your work faster, clearer, and more accurate. So let's dive in and see how this it works. Now, before we jump into the app, let's talk about why this tool is even needed. If you've ever managed printing jobs manually, you know how frustrating it can be. Calculating cost by hand takes a lot of time, and small mistake can lead to big errors in pricing. It is also hard to keep track of old jobs or quickly check profit margins. Sometimes everything just feels all over the place. So that's the problem. Too much manual work, not enough clarity, and inconsistent workflows. That's actually what the Printing Job Breakdown app solves. It is a simple web app built to make job smoother and more accurate. Instead of guessing or calculating by hand, you just log in, enter your details, and the app does all the work for you. The process is super simple. You log in, you enter your details, you click on calculate, then you can also view results and also save your report. So uh, let's dive into it now. So let me first log out so that I can start from the registration page. So if you are a user, you just log in with your email and password. But if you are a new user, you will have to create an account first. So by clicking on sign up, so you click on sign up, you enter your full name here. So let me say K Ben, it's my first full name. My business name is K Ben. Let me just say K Ben Printing. Okay. Then my email is kben at gmail.com. Then my state, you can select the state you come from. Um, for you can scroll down or you can easily search. So for the purpose of this, let me search for FCT. Okay. Then I will select location. Is it Mog UTC? Then let me select Mog. My phone number. Let me enter my phone number. Then this password. You will enter your password, then you confirm the password by entering it again. So when you are done entering all details, which consists of your your company, your name, your full name, the company name, your email, your the state, your location, then your phone number with your password. Then when you are done with everything, you click on sign up. So you receive a message, you can see account created successfully. So we proceed by logging in now. So let's log on to the website, to the app. So my email is kben, sorry, kben@gmail.com. Okay, now here we go. So we have this. This is the app interface. So what we are going to start with is you will have to select what type of printing are you doing? Do you want to print, is it an offset printing or a digital printing? If what you want to print is not much, you can select digital printing. Depends on your choice. That depends on whatever you want to use to print. But for the case of this tutorial, I am going to be selecting offset printing. So of course, the difference between digital printing and offset printing is that if you select digital printing, you are going to need some informations like plates. If you select offset printing rather, you are going to need some information like plate informations, plate size, and some other things. But if it is a digital printing, you don't need plate information, so you won't see plate information here. So let me select offset printing for the case of this tutorial. So I will select auto-printing. Then this is saying, what type of job are you working on? What do you want to print? Are you doing a book? Is it a register? Is it a notebook? Is it a journal? Is it a jotter, a magazine, and so on? And if what you want to do is not listed here, you don't worry, just click on others and enter it manually here. Then you get it. But for the case of this tutorial, I will be working with book. Let me say a book. So you will select the book, and if it is a jotter you want to do, or if it is jotter, you select a journal. If it is a register, you select a register. But for the case of this tutorial, I am going to be using a book. So now you select book. Then this is telling me that please select what you want to print with. So are you printing with a paper or a card? Note, a card can either be art card or matte card, depends. So now let me say I am selecting a paper. I want to print a paper. So, and note, a paper is mail per ream, and a card is also mail per pack. So let me select paper. So which is that. Then this is asking me that please select if you will be buying a ream or per pack. Yeah, this case is very important because if you want to do, let me say, if you want to print a sheet that is up to about 120,000, uh that is up to about 120,000. If you want to print 120,000 copies, then definitely you will have to buy a reams. But if you want to print, let me say, just 50 copies, then it is not even up to a ream, because a ream is equals to 500, and you just want 50 copies. So you don't have to select ream, you don't need to get a ream, you just select a sheet. But for the case of this tutorial, I am going to be selecting ream, because what I want to do is quite more than 500. We require more than a rim. So I am going to be selecting rim. So now this is telling me that please select your job size. What is the job size? Like, what is the size of the job you are printing? Is it A1 job? Is it A2? Is it A3? Is it A4, A5, or is it legal or larger? Whichever one. And even if it is custom, you can select custom. Then you enter the height and the width. So now for here, I'm going to be selecting my job size to be A5. I'm going to be, my job size is A5. Then what is the size of the plate I want to use? So we can have A1 plate, we have A2 plates. So, but then whatever size. But for the case of this tutorial, we use A2 plate, which is the common plate size. So let me select A2. Then this is, please select material size. So what is the material size? Like, what type of paper am I buying? Is it an A1 paper? Is it A0? Is it A2 paper or A3? What type of paper am I buying? So maybe I want to buy A1, A2, A3, or whichever. So I am going to be selecting A1, which is the most common one. So I am going to be selecting A1. Note that my my job size is A5, my plate size is A2, then my paper size, like, which is the stock size, is actually A1. That is, the paper I am buying is A1. So now, yeah, this is another important details. What plate, which are the plate and color details. So now, when we buy a plate, before it got worn out, or before the plate gets faded, it normally takes certain impression, which is the plate lifespan. So some plate can print up to 10,000 sheets, up to 10,000 copies before they 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 get run out or before they get faded. So, but for example, now remember that one impression is equals to 1,000. So this is asking me that how many impression can you remember I selected A2 as my plate size. That is why I am seeing A2 here. If let me show you again. You can see my plate size, sorry, my plate size is A2. That is why if my plate size is A1, let me just change it real quick. If my plate size is A1, definitely you see enter the impression of, you can see this one has changed to A1. So but let me change it back to A2. Yeah. So so it has changed back to A2 really. So it's telling me that what is to enter the number of impression that the A2 plate can take, that is each plate can take. How many impression? If one plate can print 10 impression, that means it can print 10,000 copies because one impression is equals to 1,000 copies. So so let's say this plate can print up to 25 impressions. If this plate can print 25 impression means it can print 25,000 copies because one impression is equals to 1,000, and if it can print 25 impressions before it got faded, then we have this. Then what is the cost per plate? How much are they selling the plate itself? So we need this information so that for you to be able to know what the amount, the number of plates you are going to buy and what is going to cost you. So for this I will say 3,000. So for the plate, then what color are we using? Some jobs require these four colors. In fact, some jobs even require spot color. Some jobs like some bookwork, they are just white and black. So you just select only black and enter the cost per impression. So but let me select, I am going to be selecting four. That means I am going to be using full color, which is cyan, CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So if I select cyan, what is the cost per impression? How much did they charge per impression? Let's say 5,000. This one 5,000. If so this, and anyone you are not selecting is very easy, you just on click. So but when you want to select it, you click on it back. So let me select this 5,000. The cost for this is also 5,000. Then this cost as well, it is a 5,000. Yeah. So then another important, if you want to add spot color, you can also add your spot color and enter the cost. So but let me just leave it that way. Then how many sheets per unit? So because we have certain number of copies that we want to print. So how many sheets is it going to be inside one unit? Let me say the book we have 100 sheets. So that means we are going to have 100 sheets inside one book. Then how many books? What is the number of books am I printing? How many units to print? Let me say I need 600. Let's say 600 units. So now another thing is total number of complete units needed. Which size are you printing on? Is it a one-sided print or two-sided? That is, one-sided means front only, two-sided front and back. So you can select one-sided, but for the case of this tutorial, I am going to be selecting two-sided. So this is two-sided. Then what is the cost per ream? So we need this cost per ream to uh, to let you know the amount of ream you are going to buy to complete your job, and also let you know the cost price. So let's say 80,000. Sorry, let's say 80,000. That is the cost per ream. Now let's continue. So what type of cover do you want? So that is this more or less like, so is it like you don't need any cover? Is it a soft cover, maybe art card or matte card? Then is it art cover? So for the case, since it is a book, I am going to be using a soft cover. So I am selecting soft cover. So for the cover, this is cover information, remember. So we have what art card setup do you need for the soft cover? So like, what is the size of the matte card or art card that I want to use? So I can buy A1, I can buy A2, anyone. But for this tutorial, I'm going to be buying A1. Let's say I want to use A1 card, like I want to buy A1 card. So, and remember, my job size is A5. So that's also very important. So how many cover sheets per unit? It is actually two per unit because I am only doing front and back. So I am going to be needing two per unit. If you only want to cover the front, you just change it to one. But so majorly book is always front and back. So let me select book. So how many sheets per pack? For card, the number of sheets is always 100 inside one pack. So, but if your own is different, maybe your own is 120, 200 or whatever, you can change this value. But it is actually 100. So what is the cost per pack? Uh, so how much did they sell each pack? So let's say 3,000. No, 33,000. Yes, per pack is 33,000. We have this. Then this is the wastage. What is the wastage percentage? Uh, that is, some we actually waste during the process of cutting. So let's say 2%, or we can also leave it at 5%. It doesn't matter. So this is the finishing option. What software finishing options do you need? So these finishing options, like, you just enter the one you want to use. So do you need binding? Whatever binding you need, you put it there. Then what, like, all this information, the binding cost, denomination, do you want to laminate, do you want spot UV, do you need die cutting, if you want to cut, wrapping, loading and offloading, transportation and haul. So another thing about this side is that you can do it, is it per job? Are you okay? Let me say for this job now, we want to laminate. Do you want to laminate? Yes. So we want to laminate the cover, which is the art or matte card. Let's say, so what is the cost per unit? So here now, depends on how they do it. Did they charge you per unit? That is per one book, that is per unit, per impression, per 1,000, or per job. So if they charge you per job, meaning you know the total amount they are going to collect to complete the job. So if it is, let's say, 60,000, you just say it is 60,000. And if it is per unit, that is per book, maybe they want to charge, let's say they are charging 50 naira for lamination per book. So that means 50,000 per unit. Then if do you need die cutting? If they want to cut, so definitely they are going to cut. Let me say it costs 10 naira. You can also select, is it per unit? Is it per impression? Is it per job? So for the case of this tutorial, it is per unit. So I am going to be selecting everything to be per unit. Then also a hell. So collecting transportation cost. Well, now are there any other extra cost? So if you have any other extra cost that is not actually included here, that you can't find here, you just have to put it here. So is it for the whole job? Is it for the unit? Is it per impression? Is it per job? Let's say the extra cost for the whole job is actually 60,000. Let's put it that way. Then another information, and if you have any other thing you want to put to, you can put it. So another thing is, so these are additional finishing options. Do you need stitching? If you need stitching, you click on this to let you know. You enter the cost. So what is the cost per unit, per impression, or per job. So you put it there. So do you need taping? So here, this is actually a very special case. So how many yard per tape? So tape is mostly 50 yards. Some tape where some are lesser and some are higher. So but for the case of, so you just enter it. How many yard per tape? If your own is not 50, you put it. If it is 20, you put it that mine is 20 that way. How many job size per yard? So the default is actually per, so let me change this to 50. The default is actually per 50 yard tape. We have 4A4 inside 50 yard tape. So this is telling me that I will have 4A4 inside the 50 yard tape. So this helps to calculate, so the number of tapes. It will automatically help you to calculate the number of tape you are going to need if you enter the cost per plate, per tape here. And it's also going to let you know the number of yards you need to buy. So but I don't need it. If it is cutting, here you will enter it, the cost for cutting. Is it per unit? Is it per impression? Is it per job? Then you put it here. Then do you need uh, purification? So if you want to perforate, so perforation, do you need perforation? So what perforation size do you need? So you will select the size. If it is a custom size, you select it. Then what is the perforation cost? You put it there. So but for this tutorial, I don't need it. So I just want to be as fast as possible. So what is your selling price? Let's say my selling, you will enter your selling price. Don't worry, you can always recalculate. You can always recalculate. So let's start with let's say the selling price per unit I want to use is the, let's say 2,500. So let me calculate. So we have this. Now this is the summary table. This is the analysis of your calculation. So this is telling you that, we selected, if you remember, then we selected plate size, our plate size to be A2, our job size to be A5, and also our paper, like the stock the paper we want to buy to be, our stock size, it is A1, and that is why we are having A1 then. Then you remember we are doing a 600 unit, and each unit contain what, 100 sheets, and it is front and back. So that is why we have size to be printed to be 1,200, 120,000 here, sorry. Then we have physical sheet needed, which is actually 60,000, because, yes, because it is front and back. If it is front only, if it is not front and back, definitely we will have only 60,000 here. But because it is front and back, so we have a 120,000 here. Then the physical sheet needed is actually 60,000. Then if you remember, my plate, like I said, my plate size, the plate size that I selected was A2, and the job size is A5. So this is telling me that I will get a per plate, I will get 8A what? I will get 8A5 per plate. That is, per A2 plate, I will get 8A5 of what? In A2, in A2 plate, yes. So this is telling me, then plate per unit, like that. So these are the analysis. Then the plate level sheet, 7,005. Then the material sheet. So this is this is the number of sheets needed, which is actually 3,750, yes, needed of A1. Then the number of reams needed is actually 8, yes. So we have, the number of reams needed is 8. The number of sheets needed is 3,750. That, you remember, this sheet is actually A1 sheet because we selected our stock size to be A1. So that is why we have this. Then we say, with our plate, for our plates, we selected 4 colors and it is two-sided. So we have 8. So the number of impressions is 25. That is, number of impression that one plate can take is actually 25. That is 25 times 1,000, which is 25,000 copies. So this helps to calculate the number of plates needed. So if you do the manual calculations on your own and you check that if one plate can take 25 impressions, how many plates am I going to need to print 120,000 sides? So it's going to, you will see that what you will get is 8. So this is telling you that you are going to need 8 plates of each color. So that you are going to need 8 plates. So this is 8 times 3, 3. You are going to need 8 plates. This 8 times 3,000, because the cost per plate that we entered was 3,000. So we have 8 times 3,000, and that's 24,000. Then this is per impression. For Zion, per impression is 5,000. That is why we have 8,000, 8 times 5,000, which is 40,000. For Magenta, the same, 8 times this, 8 times this, 8 times this, in that way. Then, okay, now, for our plate size, for our cover, this is our cover record. We selected card, that we are going to be using card. So this is packs, and we said the size of the card we are buying is actually A1. So we selected A1, and you remember we are going with it is two. It is two sides per book. That is per unit. We need the two sides. That is front and back. So now this is automatically telling me that for my job size in one card of A1, I will get 16 A5 in one A1. That is, I will get 16 A5 inside one card of A1. That is why I am having this. So, and if you calculate it very well, the number of sheets needed is 75. Considering the wastage, which we left as 5%, so the sheets needed, if you remove the, if you add this 5% to this 95, so we get 79. So the packs needed is just one. You understand? Because total sheet needed, that is total card, it can be math card, it can be art card, whichever one, is actually 79. So which is still within one pack, because one pack is 100 sheets. Yeah. So that is why we have this here. So packs needed, it is one. So that is why we have a one here. So that is one multiplied by 33,000. That is 33,000. So the total cost here, we have this as the total cost. Then other informations for the card. So we selected lamination, and we said lamination is actually, lamination is a 50 naira per unit, which is what we selected. So that is why we have 50 times 600 units. So that is why we have a 30,000 here. Also, okay, we select cutting, die cut. We said 10 naira per unit. So that is 10 naira times 600 units. That is why we have a 6,000 here. So if you add this for the finishing, we have 36,000. Now this is the, so we add extra cost. We said that our extra cost is 60,000, and that is why we have a 60,000 naira here. So okay, now this is the beauty of it. This is the analysis. This tells me that the total cost 953,000 naira. This tells me that the total cost, like this, everything that we finish this job, this is the amount that is going to cost based on the values I entered and the parameters I entered. Then this, and I am doing 600 units. So this tells me that cost per unit, now if you divide this by, so this tells me that cost per unit is what, 1,588. Then you remember my selling price, I actually entered 2,500 naira as my selling price. So if I sell at 2,500 naira, if I sell each book, each unit for 2,500 naira, and the cost per unit is 1,588. my total profit now will be what? 547,000. That is going to be profit. And the profit I am going to make, that is profit per unit, is 912. That is, per unit I am going to be making a profit of 912 naira. So, and the total profit I am making is five. That is a total profit is a 547,000 naira. Then the total revenue, that is the selling price plus the total cost price, is actually 1.5 million, and that is why we so the margin. So this margin actually represents the profit margin, and it tells you that the profit margin is a 36.5%. And this is the advice. This tells you that if you look here, this tells you that your margin 36%, yes, looks reasonable. Approximately 36% looks reasonable. Now let's do something. Let's calculate. Uh, let's say our cost per unit is 1,500. So let's now put selling price, our selling price to be, let's say, 1,500. 500, yes. So you click on recalculate to go back. Then so let's say our selling price to be, let's change it to 1,500 naira. So you can see this button automatically changes to recalculate anytime you change any value here. So to keep it consistent, so you click on recalculate. So let's wait. Aha. Yes, you can see. So you can see the selling price per unit is 1,500 naira. The cost per unit is 1,588. So this is telling me that profit, like, I am already running at loss here of 53,000. So the profit per unit, this is not even profit. This is loss of 88%. And you can see this, the advice is telling me that you are running at, if you read here, you say you are running at loss. Increase your selling price or reduce the cost price. So it's either you increase. So another beauty of this app is that it helps you. It's also like tells you, it advises you on what to do. If your selling price is too much, it's going to tell you. If it is within the average, it's still going to advise you. It also advises you. So let me click on recalculate now. So and enter the uh let's say, let me put it at 3,500 naira. 3,500 naira. Yes. So let's click on recalculate. Now, good. Here we go. So we have this, we have the total cost. You can see the selling price is now three. So the selling price is now 3,500 naira. Then the profit, total profit will be 1,147,000. Then profit per unit now is now 1,912. Then margin is 54.6%. So say your margin approximately 55% looks reasonable. You can see it's still telling you that it looks reasonable. So why this part is also important is that if a customer tells you that this is the amount I want to pay, it is very easy for you to come here and recalculate and check. If I recalculate, if I am I going to make profit? How much profit am I going to make during this project? So now let's leave it at this. So let's now click on, so here we want to generate the job breakdown. So you click on generate job breakdown. So we have this, you can see we have this. This is the analysis. This is telling me that the paper size, I need paper 8, paper size, that is A1. I need 8 quantity. Then plate size, I need 8. Then Zion, this is the price, the art card, every other thing, we have it here. So okay, you can also delete. When you want to delete any row record, you click on this delete icon. It's going to automatically delete it. So let's delete the one we don't need, actually. So we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. Yeah, perfect. So this is it. And also this is also the cost analysis. So you can also print it. You can print the job breakdown by clicking on this print job breakdown. So you see, if I click on yes to confirm print the job breakdown, yes. If I click on yes, I can print it, and yeah, so yeah, we have it. Then let me save it. So uh, okay, so I have saved it like that. Yes, it has already been saved. So now if you go to good. Now if we go to past, so in our menus we have about, we have new jobs, then we have past jobs. If you click on past jobs, yes, you can see we have it. This is the just concluded one. Sorry, we have this, which is the just concluded job. Maybe you can, that is the beauty of this app. You can always go to the job that you've analyzed before. Maybe if you want to do similar job and the price has not changed or anything has not happened to it, you can always revisit it and reuse it. So if I click on job breakdown, if I click on job breakdown, so you can see it has showed me this, which was what I submitted then. You understand? And I can also reprint it if I want to reprint it. It's still the same thing. So basically, so if I want to reprint it, I will just click on this print. That's all. And it's going to print it for me. So basically, like, this app is very perfect, and it will help you to reduce error, overpricing, or overcharging, or maybe you you pricing less. Is going to, like, so to wrap it up, the printing job breakdown app is all about making your printing business simple, professional, and profitable. It saves your time, reduce errors, improve improves profit accuracy, and keep all your jobs in one place. So that is it. Thank you very much. So just to register, just like I said, just go to kbpapers.com. You enter kbspaper.com. Then if you are a new user, you click on sign up, and uh, if you are already if you already have an account, then you just log in with your email and password. Thank you very much.